Hey guys, we got an awesome video in store for you this evening. We got the HP Victus 15L TG02 unboxing, and this thing comes with a 3060 Ti and a 5600 Gulf 6-core 12 threads gaming monster for under $1,000. Wow. I mean, just wow. This is what's in store for this video, guys. We will be doing an unboxing with this wonderful thing. We'll be going over upgrading, going an overview over benchmarks and gaming and how well this thing can sustain. So that's what's in store for this video, guys. Stay tuned, and we have a killer video in store for you this evening. Holy crap, guys. I am amazed at how cheap this thing was. I just realized that all these parts come in at under $1,000. It just blows my mind. I'm just like thinking about it on set here, like, wow. So if you're looking for a cheap PC, this is one to start. But let's bust in this box, and I'll stop yapping, and let's cut this bad thing open. Technically, where'd you learn how to cut? All right, so let's see what's in the packaging. So right as we open up, looks like we got our beautiful PC. And right out of the box, we'll have our accessory kit. The only wire that comes with this is this power wire. It does look like HP has learned and has given us some extra screws too. There is a starter guide in here that'll walk you through on how to plug everything in. But it looks like we got two M.2 screws in here. This will not do an SSD, so just FYI, these are not compatible with an SSD. These are hard drive only and M.2 only. And then of course we have our power cable, and then get that out of our way. And it looks like they no longer use foam. And we have some decent packaging. We got at least 3 inches from 2-inch minimum from the side of the case, so don't worry about this thing getting damaged in shipping. All right, let's get that out of our way. So this thing does come with Windows 11, which kind of sucks. It'd be nice if Windows 10 was still there. I'm just gonna do some quick measurements. So from front to back, we're looking at 11 inches and 3/4. From top to front, we're looking at about 13 and a half. And then we're looking at almost 6 1/8 inches wide. But we'll start from right from the front here. This does light up, and you can change this with the Omen software, which is pretty neat. But from the top, we got our power button. We got a headphones jack. It's not one of the tri-jacks. It's just the headphones jack. And it looks like we have 4 USB 3.0s and a USB Type-C 3.21 in the front. So let's come around the rear with the gear. And we got some cool styling right there. 15L. Our vent for allowing it to keep nice and cool. These ports up here are not usable. So if you're wondering, like, hey, can I use these ports? You can't. We got more audio jacks up here. We got a headphones jack, an auxiliary jack, and a microphone jack. Then we got our 10-1000 neck. We got more 2 USB 3.2s, and it looks like we have another, these are just 2.0s in the bottom. Of course, our wonderful 3060 Ti has an HDMI and 3 display ports, which is kind of nice. This is a 92mm fan in the rear. You can get Noctuas that will replace with these. Our 500 watt 80+ bronze power supply. I do want to talk about what's under the hood of this guy, but let me get the side off. This is a T15 Torx head that removed it, or you can use a flathead. But once you get in here, they don't do the same courtesy as making the rest of these flatheads. So to take it off, you can use a flathead. But to take everything else off, you pretty much need a T15 Torx head. So I'll go ahead and pull this to the rear and out. I actually like the styling on that. It looks like it's the Omen styling. A quick thing really quick, if you want to take this cage off, you don't have to run the PC with this cage, but this is a hard drive caddy cage right here, or you can put another SSD. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, and you take this T15 Torx head guy out right here, and then your black cage kind of pops out and forward. That guy's out. And to remove this guy, you actually have to pop these 3 tabs right here. So 1, 2, 3. And this swings like a door, but you can just lay this guy down. And we are gonna get this T15 Torx head. I know I'm going kind of in depth for an unboxing, but I know a lot of people really like this. To put this guy back on here, just make sure that wire kind of tucks in there. And you're gonna kind of make sure you line it up with the tabs right here. And I kind of go up and down just a little bit, and it should let you snap it right back in. Of course, if you want to put this cage back in, you got to put the T15 Torx back in. So there's a power wire here, and these are extra SATA powers. And it does look like they at least give us one 6 GB per second SATA plug for an SSD or an HDD. And let's go ahead and pull that out. That's kind of in our way. There we go. go over an overview in here really quick. This is designed the correct way. It's off-kiltered a little bit. That is correct. We have 2 sticks of 4 GB DDR4-3200 MHz. Of course, there's dual channel in here. I really wish this was 16 gigs. That's going to be your sweet spot for gaming. Of course, right down here, if you can see, this guy is our M.2 boot drive. This is 256 GB SSD. Well, it's an NVMe SSD. And we do have 2 more ports here for hard drives. So if you want to stick like a double-sided sticky tape SSD, you can plug them in right there, along with this guy. You come to the bottom right here, we do have our 80+ gold wonderful power supply. If I said bronze before, I'm sorry, that's what they had labeled on the website. One nice thing is it does come with Wi-Fi 6 compatibility and Bluetooth capability. That's the other M.2 slot, which is right up there. And then we're gonna go ahead and measure this guy from front to back to see how big of a graphics card will fit in here. So measuring off right there, it looks like we have 10 3/4, but there are some bumps and stuff right here. If you look, that's really the max you can go is 10.5, which is right there. Of course, you could probably try to bend those in with the pliers or a hammer, but that's what you do with your case is what you do with your case. Our cooling upgrades for this, if you watched my other Victus video where I did the water cooling, you can do the same upgrade with this PC. If you want to put a Noctua cooler in here, there are Noctuas that you can fit on here, and you got to order some M3 16mm threaded screws. Otherwise, you got to take the whole motherboard out to replace the back plate. Another bad thing about that is they kind of adhesive it to the back, and it's not fun. I will put a link for the pry bars if you do want to try other coolers, but I would say stick with Noctuas. They're going to be your best. And it does look like they gave us a dual fan video card. I'm going to pop this video card out. Normally I don't do this, but I want to take a look at this thing. All right, guys, so to remove your GPU, if you ever want to do cleaning or upgrade it to like a 3070, this swings like a door. And remember, this screw is going to be smaller if you're taking this thing all apart. And then you reach towards the top, and this has a little latch right here, but you're going to reach all the way to the bottom, pull up on this latch, make sure the door is all the way open, and there's our GPU out. So this is our RTX 3060 Ti, 8GB variant. This has an AMD 5600 Gulf. That's a 6-core, 12-thread processor. The alternate CPU that can go in here is the AMD 750-700. This is a 3.9 gigahertz processor, and it'll boost up to 4.4. It has 16 megabytes of L3 cache, and it isn't a low hash rate if you're ever thinking about mining with this guy. Not that you would. The motherboard chipset is an H670. Then the one thing that I will say is the memory maxes out at about 32 gigabytes. I don't know why HP did that. They have other ones that'll go to 64. It's kind of weird. So this will max out at 32 gigabytes. There is a 1X expansion slot right here if you want to do like a capture card or a sound card. And of course, now that I got the GPU out, you can see that. One thing I do want to mention, guys, if you're watching this video and you want to help me out, just hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out. I know at least 70% of my viewers aren't subscribed, so if you want to, you're like, hey, this video helped me out and help me pick this PC, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This NVMe is replaceable if you want to do a clone to upgrade it to like a 1 terabyte or even a 2 or 4. But any than that, guys, we're going to start off right with bloatware. So go ahead to your start menu and type in program. Of course, if the mouse cooperates with me, I just type PROG and then add and remove programs. And I'm going to put a list up here on the screen. Red's going to be the worst. I would remove that ASAP. And then we're going to do blue's going to be the secondary. You can kind of choose right there, and white's just going to be like, yeah, so. At least HP is doing their due diligence with having dual channel RAM. Yeah, that's a tongue twister if I haven't heard one before. But anyways, thank you HP for finally including dual channel RAM. Yay, that gets 2 thumbs up right there. But anyways, guys, we're gonna move on to the Omen RGB and fan controller. So you're gonna click the Omen symbol right down here, and it's gonna ask you to sign in. I already done that. You don't have to do it. You can hit skip and click over. But go to Victus desktop right here, and we wanna go to lighting. And this is to change your color on the front. I'm just going to change it to a cool blue because that's the color I like for on the channel. Go ahead, apply, and it should turn blue. There we go. Of course, jumping back over to the on-screen, let's go to the performance controller, and it's set to default. Of course, you can turn this up to performance. If you're in a hot climate or a place that doesn't get a lot of AC, you're going to want this set to performance. You're seeing your PC top out past 75 Celsius on any of your components, you're going to want to bump this up to max. The only thing I'm gonna say about this that kind of sucks is there's not a fan curve in here. I mean, come on HP, it's something that it's lacking, but at least they're giving you some control. In older versions of this PC, you had no control. The next thing I wanna talk about is if you look in program files here, and if we go up top here and we type in NV, and we look at what our NVIDIA drivers are, they're 472.08. That is a bunch of versions back, especially for a 3060 Ti, which is one of their newer cards. You're gonna get better performance by updating these drivers. How you can do this is either use Microsoft Edge or Firefox or Chrome or whatever browser you prefer. I prefer Firefox. And then right in the search bar or the top title, you're gonna type in NVIDIA drivers. And just make sure that it's www.nvidia.com. Go official drivers. And we don't want Titan, we want GeForce. And we don't want notebook, we just want RTX 30 series. And it gives us 3090 Ti right off the bat, which 3090 Ti drivers would actually work. They're all the same drivers. I'm not gonna get into it right now. That's another video for another time if you guys want that. We want a 3060 Ti, Windows 11, because it sucks, and game ready drivers. And you're gonna hit search, download again, because why not? And see, it's 52.95 is gonna be the current drivers. It's gonna give you a lot better game performance, and of course with DLSS 2.0 and RTX, that's important. All right guys, well done drivers install. One thing I do wanna mention is remove McAfee. Remove it right away. I'm gonna target this out. McAfee is horrible. Don't pay for any of the McAfee stuff. Even if you're not gaming with this PC and you're just using it as a daily driver, get rid of it. So I know I'm showing the driver install here really quick. I'm gonna do custom advanced because I just wanna show you guys. So you got graphics drivers, you have your HD audio, like if you're running HDMI or DisplayPort 2.0. You got NVIDIA GeForce Experience. This is not always checked. If you're installing your drivers, you're wondering like, hey, I don't have this on here. Where, how do I get it? This is how you do it. And of course you got physics system software, which just leave it all on. If you're having problems with graphic stuff, if you're having any graphic errors, you can do a perform clean install. That's that little box right there. It won't hurt your computer. It'll probably make you restart. This may or may not make us restart. And we are gonna get moved on to the benchmark in gaming, and this thing's gonna knock it out of the park. I already know it. I just have that feeling. And for how cheap it is, you couldn't ask for a cheaper computer at this price point with a 3060 Ti and a 5600 Golf.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it in a sense, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Holy crap, guys, I was really surprised by how well this thing performed. The gaming was awesome too. It was an enjoyable experience. I really enjoyed playing on this and I really enjoyed reviewing this thing. If you guys want to find a PC for under $1,000, like, this is where it's at. Really, really where it's at. Anyways, guys, I'm TechNitwit. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.